Yeah, the baby needs to really be checked out, and whatever the diagnosis is, and catch it early. You know, maybe it's something that could be done. But
been confirmed that Chrisean Jr. is in fact blind in both eyes, and that was confirmed by Clarissa Blueface's mom. And I'm telling you, I have to go back and watch the video to when they was in a restaurant, because that's the first thing my mind went to. They was in a restaurant and Chrisean was trying to like feed him mashed potatoes, and he wasn't like grabbing for the spoon. He wasn't even opening up his mouth. And it makes sense now because he could not see anything. Like, it all makes sense. He wasn't even really blinking. Like, he was just straight staring into the distance. And it's just sad. Like, we all knew like something was wrong, even though she did confirm some type of syndrome that causes him to like cry like he's a cat. They did confirm that. At least Clarissa confirmed that. I don't remember Chrisean confirming anything like that. But man, I mean, like, my heart really goes out to this little boy, because his mom was definitely smoking and drinking while she was pregnant. And we all seen her on Blueface and Chrisean little TV show. We seen her on the Bad Girls Club. We seen
people were putting up clips, videos, and they was pulling up on her while she was pregnant. Three of them went up. You know, her doing all kind of shit. I hope for the baby's sake. But, you know, if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that, yeah, but, you know, and she has to stop taking it as attacks, or taking it as, you know, people trolling. Like, you know, when it comes to kids, it ain't even about her, it's about the kid.
It's about the kid.
A serious health emergency involving a child. A mother facing public scrutiny over her decisions. A father reacting emotionally from behind a prison wall. And in the midst of it all, a surprising new romantic connection that's turning heads and fueling headlines. This might sound like something pulled straight from a scripted drama, but it's all unfolding in real life. The center of the storm is Chrisean Rock and her child with Blueface, known publicly as Baby Jr. According to close family sources, Jr. has now been officially confirmed to be visually impaired, a heartbreaking revelation that's left the internet stunned. What's even more unsettling is that the warning signs didn't appear out of nowhere. Observers now point to multiple past video clips and social media posts that, in hindsight, seem to show clear red flags. Yet despite those moments being in plain sight, it seems no one truly paid attention until it was too late. Now, instead of coming together, Junior's parents are trapped in an escalating back and forth, caught between personal drama, new romantic entanglements, and a wave of controversy growing louder by the day. Stay tuned, because what we've uncovered could shift how this entire story is seen. Let's rewind to a moment that took over the internet, a restaurant video that quickly went viral and sparked widespread concern. In the clip, Chrisean Rock can be seen gently trying to feed her son, Baby Jr., a spoonful of mashed potatoes. But what caught viewers' attention wasn't the food, it was Junior's lack of response. He doesn't reach for the spoon, doesn't open his mouth, and perhaps most telling of all, he doesn't even blink. His gaze remains unfocused, almost vacant. Viewers instantly felt something was off, and they weren't alone. Blueface's mother, Clarissa, soon stepped into the conversation, confirming heartbreaking suspicions that had been swirling online. According to her, Baby Jr. has been diagnosed with complete blindness in both eyes. The revelation sent shockwaves through fans and followers, but the clues were there long before this confirmation. In earlier clips shared by the family, Jr. could be heard crying with a distinct, high-pitched tone, one that Clarissa believes resembles the cry associated with Cri-du-Chat syndrome, a rare genetic condition that can impact both physical development and cognitive function. It's a disorder sometimes linked to complications during pregnancy or prenatal health factors. Experts in child development emphasize how crucial it is to begin treatment and therapy early when dealing with visual impairments in infants. But unfortunately, much of the attention in Junior's world has been diverted, overshadowed by public feuds, social media posts, and viral controversies. But how did it come to this? To understand the full picture, we need to go back to a pregnancy surrounded by conflict from the very start. Let's rewind to the months before Baby Jr. was born, when Chrisean Rock's pregnancy was anything but low profile. She made headlines for her bold, often defiant behavior while carrying her child. Whether it was sipping from wine glasses on podcasts, lighting up on live streams, or dancing at crowded parties, her lifestyle choices became an internet spectacle. For some fans, it was a statement of independence. For others, it was deeply concerning. Now, members of Blueface's inner circle are coming forward, suggesting those concerns weren't unfounded. Whack 100, the rapper's longtime manager, recently claimed that red flags about Junior's health began long before he entered the world, back when Chrisean was still pregnant. Even people close to her allegedly voiced their unease, warning that certain behaviors could have serious consequences for the baby's well-being. Chrisean, however, remained steadfast in her beliefs. She clapped back at criticism with spiritual confidence, quoting scripture on social media with lines like, "No weapon formed against Junior shall prosper." But science tends to speak plainly, and according to countless medical studies, exposure to alcohol or cannabis during pregnancy has been linked to developmental complications, including vision issues and rare conditions like Cri-du-Chat syndrome. Meanwhile, Blueface, speaking from jail, has turned these concerns into accusations. He posted a message online blaming the health of their child on what he described as Chrisean's decisions during pregnancy, implying her habits contributed directly to Junior's condition. But as Blueface hurls blame from behind bars, Chrisean's comeback stunned even her harshest critics. Just days after the heartbreaking revelation that baby Junior had lost his eyesight, Chrisean Rock sparked an entirely different kind of headline, this time for her personal life. The internet lit up when footage surfaced showing Chrisean sharing an intimate kiss inside a car with rising NCAA basketball star Titan Newton. The video, which she posted herself on Instagram, left no doubt. She was moving on and she wasn't hiding it. The reaction online was immediate and polarizing. Some fans applauded what they saw as a woman finally choosing herself, breaking free from the ongoing chaos tied to Blueface. But others were far less forgiving. Criticism flooded social media, with many questioning her priorities. One particularly viral comment read, "While Junior's crying in the corner, she's out here swapping spit with a college baller." It summed up the backlash perfectly. Fans weren't just watching her love life, they were connecting it directly to her parenting. Adding fuel to the fire was internet personality Charleston White, who made cruel, insensitive remarks suggesting the baby wouldn't make it or would grow up with learning differences, thinly veiled mockery aimed at Junior's condition. His words drew sharp condemnation, but they also underscored the growing scrutiny surrounding the situation. Then came the most unexpected twist. Blueface's mother, Clarissa, jumped into the conversation during a live stream. With a sly smile, she dropped a wild claim that Blueface would eventually level up, ditching the drama and marrying none other than Grammy-winning rapper Megan Thee Stallion. She even gave a prediction, wedding bells by 2026. The internet exploded. Megan's fanbase quickly shut it down, flooding the comments with reactions like, "Megan's not signing up for baby mama drama and courtroom dates." Till Clarissa's bold claim raised eyebrows, and it wasn't as random as it seemed. Because as it turns out, buried in old interviews and overlooked footage, there's a shocking connection between Megan and Blueface that most people missed. The internet's jaw dropped when an old interview clip resurfaced, one that many had forgotten. On Jason Lee's podcast, Blueface casually claimed that he and Megan Thee Stallion already had something going on years ago. He didn't offer much detail, but the implication was clear. They'd allegedly crossed paths in a more personal way. Fans were quick to connect the dots. Both were featured in XXL's 2018 freshman class, ran in similar music industry circles, and even posed together on red carpets. The rumor mill exploded, but Megan's team? They didn't say a word. No denial. No confirmation, just silence. That silence was all Blueface's mom, Clarissa, needed to double down. She launched into full matchmaker mode, posting side-by-side photo collages of Megan and Blueface with captions like "future daughter-in-law" and "manifesting 2026 wedding." To her followers, it seemed like she genuinely believed this power couple fantasy. But insiders close to the situation see it very differently. According to multiple sources, Clarissa's sudden obsession with pairing her son up with Megan isn't about love, it's about narrative control. They believe this so-called prediction is nothing more than a distraction tactic, carefully timed to shift the conversation away from Junior's medical condition and toward Blueface's public image. In other words, if fans are busy debating whether Blueface and Megan could become a couple, they're not focusing on why he hasn't taken responsibility for his child's health. And there's a lot to be accountable for. Blueface is currently serving time due to a probation violation and won't be released until July 2025. He wasn't even present for his son's birth. Despite that, Clarissa has positioned him as the better parent, while subtly painting Chrisean as unstable, immature, or negligent, further fueling public division. Meanwhile, Megan Thee Stallion is living her best life. She's touring, launching brand deals, and staying far away from scandal. Her name being dragged into this chaotic drama seems more like wishful thinking than reality. To many, the idea of her linking up with someone entangled in legal battles and a custody firestorm feels more like fan fiction than a future plan. But with both parents locked in this non-stop tug-of-war, one question gets buried under the headlines. Who's actually putting Baby Jr. first? Baby Jr. is approaching 18 months of age, a crucial window for developmental support, especially for children with visual impairments. Experts agree. When a child is diagnosed with blindness, early intervention is key. That means consistent therapy to enhance other senses, specialized speech and touch-based learning tools, and most importantly, focused, stable parenting. But instead of structured care, Junior seems caught in a storm of viral feuds, public meltdowns, and non-stop relationship headlines. His mother, Chrisean Rock, has been juggling more than just motherhood. Her attention is visibly divided between defending herself online, flaunting her budding relationship with college basketball star Titan Newton, and responding to critics through live streams and social media tirades. Meanwhile, Junior, who should be attending appointments, therapy sessions, and developmental checkups, is often seen as a background figure in her content, more present in entertainment than in rehabilitation. As for Blueface, his involvement has been mostly digital, short, sharp posts from behind bars. While incarcerated, he's been lashing out on social media with strong accusations, shifting blame onto Chrisean and commenting on their son's condition from afar. Parenting, in his case, has become more about perception than presence. And as their drama unfolds in the public eye, the person most affected, Baby Jr., is left without the consistent support he urgently needs. Perhaps the most disturbing revelation came from Clarissa, Blueface's mother. She publicly acknowledged that she noticed developmental concerns during Chrisean's pregnancy. But according to her, those warnings fell on deaf ears. If that's true, it raises serious questions about why no preventive steps were taken earlier. Her statement has only fueled online investigations, with viewers now closely analyzing old footage. In video clips that once seemed harmless, fans point out how Junior rarely reaches for objects, doesn't flinch at sudden noises, and displays a fixed, distant stare. Many claim he's missed key developmental milestones for his age, indicators that, if ignored, could have long-term consequences. Specialists in child development emphasize that delays in treatment only widen the gap. The earlier a child receives tailored support, the better their chances of adapting, learning, and thriving. But with one parent incarcerated until summer 2025 and the other caught in an emotional tug-of-war with critics and exes, Junior's needs appear to be slipping through the cracks. And while Junior's care hangs in the balance, a new twist is emerging, one that could flip the entire narrative on its head. Let's make one thing absolutely clear: Baby Junior's blindness isn't just a heartbreaking medical diagnosis. It's a siren, a piercing alarm that reveals everything that's gone wrong in this child's world. From the earliest days of the pregnancy to the current whirlwind of public drama, Junior hasn't just been overlooked. He's been caught in the fallout of two parents locked in a never-ending cycle of conflict, distraction, and misplaced priorities. This isn't about casting blame, it's about facing reality. Junior is a child with real, urgent needs. But instead of specialized therapy, we're seeing Instagram reels of Chrisean cuddled up with NCAA star Titan Newton, chasing a fresh romance while her toddler requires round-the-clock support. And Blueface, he's behind bars, tweeting about hypothetical futures with global superstars like Megan Thee Stallion, futures that feel more like fan fiction than fatherhood. It's not co-parenting, it's chaos disguised as content. Then there's Clarissa, Blueface's mother, who's become a recurring presence in the middle of this storm. Instead of guiding or calming the situation, her social media antics, hinting at celebrity weddings and reposting daughter-in-law collages, only add more confusion and attention-seeking energy to a story already spinning out of control. While she points fingers at Chrisean and makes predictions about Blueface's future, the child at the heart of it all is slipping further and further into the background. Here's the uncomfortable truth: Junior's condition could become a lifelong battle, not because of his blindness, but because of the instability around him. Early intervention could still make a difference. Progress is possible, but only if the adults in his life stop chasing headlines and start showing up, not on social media, not in live stream clapbacks, but in doctors' offices, therapy sessions, and moments that truly matter. To what now? Is there still time for a turnaround? Or is this just the beginning of a much darker chapter? One thing's for sure, this situation deserves more than just clicks and comments. It deserves accountability. Drop your thoughts below. Can Junior still find peace and proper care amid all the noise? Or is he destined to grow up a prisoner of his parents' drama? Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and don't miss our next deep dive because the next chapter in this story, it's even messier than you think.